All right, welcome back. Now, back in the 1960s, 1970s, you had the start of the civil rights movement. And what that era showed us is that there's a good chunk of the black American population who badly want acceptance from white people. I mean, it's part of their spirit. They have severe Stockholm syndrome. I look at that era of our history as the era where the Stockholm syndrome, collective Stockholm syndrome, that permeated through black Americans, displayed itself for everybody to see, for the whole world to see. We had kept it inside of ourselves. As soon as we were freed from bondage, we kept that Stockholm syndrome pinned inside of ourselves. And I won't even say ourselves. Yeah, I will say that's fair. But you got to remember, we carried this Stockholm syndrome, or at least a portion of black America carried this Stockholm syndrome all throughout Jim Crow. Think about that. Here it is, black code laws, Jim Crow laws, lynchings, giving you all the reason in the world to not have Stockholm syndrome, giving you all the reason in the world to look at these racist white supremacists as devils in human form, as people that you do not want to be around. It's giving them all the reason in the world to not want to be around them. And through all that, you still had a portion, not all of black America, you still had a portion of black America that wanted white acceptance. And I want to pause. I want to stop here and put as much emphasis as possible on the fact that this was just a portion of the black population. And I always believe it's around 30%. I believe at that time, around 30% of black Americans had severe Stockholm syndrome. And in the 50s and 60s, it manifested itself in reality, in the form of sit-ins, in the form of forcing themselves into white spaces just for white acceptance. It had nothing to do with equality, nothing at all. It was all about gaining white acceptance and trying to get over an inferiority complex. And I want to bring people's attention to the fact that it was white liberals who pushed that. Because black Americans, the civil rights movement started as a movement for more funding for black schools, black institutions. The grassroots civil rights movement was not about integration. It was the white liberals who ushered that in. Why? Why? Because that is what a weak group of people would do. To say, oh no, I want to sit in your restaurant besides you. I want you to hug me. I want you to accept me. They wanted to push that mentality. The liberals wanted to push that mentality. That's why they supported that. And they bent over backwards to get rid of those who were just looking for separate but equal. We were trying to force them to enforce the law that was already on the books of separate but equal. Our thing was, it's not equal. Look at our institutions and schools and look at yours. But the liberals came in and they promoted a weak side of black Americans, and we fell for it. Too many of us fell for it. And I point that out because today their descendants are just as desperate to be accepted by white people. So much so that they downplay racism against black people. Downplay it for acceptance. Whereas white people are not downplaying it. They're coming out straight up the gate. Black fatigue. We're sick and tired of what? And they're not even dealing with nothing. Now I want to show y'all an example. I'm going to use this video to help support my point. This was uploaded 2 months ago about a cop, a racist cop, who pulled over a black FBI agent. Now, this happens all the time. And I said anti-black racism because I don't know if this cop is actually white, and I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't care if he's a white dude or a Hispanic, whatever. In a nutshell, y'all all the same to me. Now, wait a minute. Let me back this up. I don't want y'all to miss too much. This is actually kind of crazy. And there's a lot to learn from this.
Let's keep going. You can't be this.
Yo, man.
Sir, get out the car, you don't. I want you to follow my directions like you just did. Like a good boy.
Like a good boy.
Did you hear that? That cop said, put your hands on the steering wheel. And the black guy did. And you heard what he just said. He congratulated or gave him a pat on the back, said, yeah, you put your hands on the steering wheel like a good boy. And this guy acknowledged what he said.
The car, you don't. I want you to follow my directions like you just did. Like a good boy.
Like a good boy.
Like a good boy. And watch. That is all that's said about that comment.
Okay. Do you have any weapons or anything you shouldn't have?
See how the twins, they didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing about that at all. Even though, as many people point out in the comment section, that comment right there really gave you an idea of his true mentality. And his skin color is kind of dark. That's what I'm saying. He's probably one of these Hispanics. That's what I'm saying. They're all the same. They pick up these racist ideologies and talking points. That's why they had all this immigration. You don't have to be no pure white, but look at how nobody says anything about that comment. He's the only one that said something. All he did was paraphrase. He repeated what he said.
On your person at this moment? No. No. Nope. Okay. You have a firearm on you. Do you have a license to carry a firearm if you do? Are we in Florida? Even if I didn't have a license on me, you don't even need to have what you're talking about. Get out of the vehicle.
Oh, wow. Shoot.
Okay. All right, listen, hands over here. I got a gun right here on my side. Okay, put your hands up.
This cop is being like open. He's being an open racist. Open racist. Calling boy, being real disrespectful. And these 4 black men are just laughing, giggling, skinning, and grinning. But this is real reason to have fatigue. If you want to talk about videos that people look at and become affected by, these are the types of videos. This is understandable because this sends the signal out to all blacks. It don't matter if you become an FBI agent, a judge, whatever. Black is black, and these racists are still going to act like the subhuman, demonic little devils that they are. No matter what your position is. That's something to talk about. We're seeing countless examples of it. And that's a real reason, far more understandable reason to have fatigue as a result of watching videos online than watching 2 black people fight each other. White people and all you other races. How in the world are you stressed out? How are you affected at all by looking at a video online of black people fighting each other? Videos like what you see right here is an example of what can happen to you and me, to black people out here in the world. There might be some people in the works, in school or whatever, to become a FBI agent or whatever. And they see something like this, you think this won't stress them out? Like, whoa, I can't get no respect. Even after he found out that this was an FBI agent, this dude was still disrespectful. He didn't check himself at all because they don't care. They don't care that you're a FBI agent. You still a nigga. Look at it. Look at it. I ain't lying. Look at this.
Can you make sure you get my license to carry? My license to carry is on my chest. Is this fake?
Still lifted.
People like to act like cops. Federal agent. Right. Where's the ID?
Did you hear that?
Still lifted.
My license to carry is on my chest.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear what that cop just said? We're about to play it again.
Is this fake?
Still lifted.
People like to act like cops.
He said a lot of people try to act like cops. He accused them of having a fake FBI badge.
Federal agent. Right. Where's the ID? Let's check the ID. Do me a favor. Federal agent. Okay. So now my badge don't even make a difference. Lean against the car. Lean against the car.
Look how this dude's still behaving.
So you're a cop. So why wouldn't you tell me?
Then he said, why wouldn't you tell me? Had you told me, then I wouldn't have basically attacked, insulted, disrespected you the way that I was. And this is routine with these cops, always trying to provoke black men. That was something to talk about. And instead, they sitting up here laughing. No, let's talk about this fatigue that y'all want to talk about as a result of watching videos online. These are the types of videos that will piss you off. And it's justified for all black people to be concerned and bothered by videos like this. Y'all sitting up watching three black people fighting each other in Walmart. And you claim to have some type of mental breakdown as a result of watching that? You a goofy.
Like you fraudulently pulled me over.
Right.
Drinking, sir, we don't drink. I smell alcohol emanating from the vehicle.
He said, have you been drinking? I smell alcohol. And I seriously doubt that. Dude been sitting there with his windows down for I don't know how long. And the door's open now.
We're doing an investigation on
He smelled.
Okay. And just what? You just happened to pass. 216.
How many of y'all taking the time to watch these videos on YouTube? All these cops being their true racist, degenerate selves. That's something that's understandably fatiguing. Cops everywhere. We got to deal with these people in the real world. As soon as I walk outside, I got to deal with these people. That don't compare. Your little videos you watching the black people fight, or if you watching a video online of black people, a black person attacking another white person. I ain't even seen a video like that yet. There's always some type of personal dispute. But even if you see that, that don't compare to this. Y'all want to have the discussion? Let's have it. Who got real reason to be stressed out? The people who got all the power and all the resources claiming to be stressed out for what? And on top of that, we're not the ones who walk. These white supremacists, it's very hard for them to hide their racism. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Look at this. This surfaced 5 days ago. Already has almost 1 million views. Where this cop pulled over a black judge. Now, I know some people, you always have people in the comment section on videos like this trying to claim that it's fake. Oh, that's not real. That's not real. That's what they resort to. And again, I don't know if this is a white guy. I don't know his race. But what I want y'all to take note of is how black people downplay racism when it comes from especially white people. Black people become obsessed with trying to impress white people. Let me show the whites how thick my skin is. And when they encounter racism, they downplay it. Laugh when they shouldn't be laughing. Trying to brush it off. Ooh, let me not react to this open racism because I don't want them to accuse me of having a victim mentality. Yeah, it's a whole lot. I would say the majority, the vast majority of the coons that you see out here have that exact mentality.
It's a nice car.
Oh, yeah, well, in 2025, women can drive nice cars,
And this is your car?
Yes, officer, it is.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? You live in this neighborhood. And this is your car.
I'm surprised that I would live in this neighborhood by myself.
Just not adding up.
It's not adding up. What are you adding up?
Are there any firearms, illegal contraband, drugs in this vehicle I need to be made aware of?
That would be a no.
Well, you hesitated.
Because...
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm very sure. I don't know why you would even think that there would be any contraband. So what is it about my nice car or me that would suggest that I have those things in my car?
Well, you're driving very suspiciously. That's why I pulled you over. The speed limit's 35 and you were doing 30. So that makes me question a lot.
You can already see why this video almost has 1 million views in 5 days. Again, some people believe that this was staged. Some people believe it was fake. Let's say it's fake. Let's say it was staged. Guess what? It is an extremely accurate recreation of reality. Most certainly is. Let's continue.
Wow. I was like, you got slowed down to break or maybe make a turn or something? Suspicious?
I think you saw me and got nervous.
Surprised. Really? What would make me nervous?
If you're hiding something, obviously. License and registration, please.
Okay, that's what I was waiting on you to ask. Okay. So,
See,
here's my license.
this is disturbing. This is truly disturbing.
Probably should have asked that before you assumed that.
So you probably should ask that before you assumed.
I'll ask the questions, okay?
I'll ask the question.
And this vehicle's registered to you.
Did I just give you those documents?
You people always want to argue and make things way more difficult than they have to be. I just asked you a question.
You people always want to argue and make things more difficult. People like this cop are fatiguing. I'm fatigued right now. This is what we have to deal with all the time. You want to talk about who's getting on whose nerves? I'm welcome to that conversation. Yeah, we deal with this kind of attitude all the time from these little deranged racists.
Always want to argue and make things way more difficult.
You people, he made it clear what kind of mentality he has. And again, I don't know if he's white. He may be Hispanic. He may be anything other than black, because they come over here and play the role very well. All these foreigners, a lot of these immigrants, they come over here and pick up that white racist, white supremacist ideology and basically start to function as one themselves.
those documents?
You know, you people always want to argue and make things way more difficult than they have to be. I just asked you a question. All you have to do is answer. You know what, ma'am? Just stay right here. I'll be back.
See, this is why I got smoke for Keisha and her creator. How am I going to just have smoke for Keisha? Her creator is just as problematic. And actually, they may be equally as dangerous. Prior, I said black women are more because they're the mothers. To have a white supremacist in the home, in the position of a mother, that's extremely dangerous. However, Keisha don't have the power and resources that the white supremacists have. So yeah, y'all both need to be called out. These demonic white supremacists and all of you who support them and try to prop these degenerates somehow above us. Now let me skip this. Like I said, this better be fake. This better be staged. Because this is crazy. Look at this.
There's your citation.
A citation for?
I just told you.
So you gave me
Reckless driving, endangering those around you. You're going too slow.
5 miles less than the, okay. And I endangered people? Okay, but too slow. Okay, and you know, power doesn't come in a uniform. It really comes from what you know.
That's an interesting statement, ma'am. And what I do know is I have not searched this entire vehicle. You have a broken taillight, ma'am. That's another citation.
I got one now. What are you doing?
It's illegal to be driving around with a broken taillight.
Yeah, after you broke it.
I did not break it. I'm trying to keep the street safe.
Actually, are you?
I mean, you see this up here? Is this fake? Is this staged? This is on Body Cam Declassified. You see the date up here, 4/21/2025. What is this? Axon Body 4. Is this a real body cam?
Trying to keep the street safe.
Actually, are you kidding me? You know what?
Hey, what did he say?
You actually
be driving around with a broken taillight.
Yeah, after you broke it.
I did not break it. I'm trying to keep the street safe.
Actually, are you kidding me? You know what? Intentional damage, intentional property damage is a misdemeanor. You want me to read you the statute?
Why are you dressed like that? Why are you wearing a robe?
Surprise, Judge.
I'm not a judge. I'm a police officer.
Not you, me. How about that?
You're a judge.
No, I just wearing this robe because I have nothing else to do.
Well, you don't act like a judge, and you definitely don't look like a judge.
Yeah, what do they look like?
Not you.
Oh, not me? What do they look like? I don't look like a judge? Well, guess what? I am one, and I'm on my way to work now. But you know what? I've sentenced more men with better discipline than you. You'll be standing when I walk in court. Surprise.
Ma'am, what?
She said, you'll be standing when I walk into court. Meaning that, I'm the judge.
Surprise.
Ma'am, why didn't you just lead with telling me that you were a judge?
Now, you hear that statement right there? Why didn't you just lead with telling me that you're a judge. Why? So that I can pretend that I respect you. See, if you would have told me that you were a judge, I would have put on my act and pretended that I love black people. Probably would have told you about the black friend that I have. Why didn't you tell me that you were a judge, ma'am? I would have put on my best act. My I love black people act. You degenerate.
All you had to do was tell me you were a judge.
I didn't have to tell you nothing. You treat every citizen with respect.
I do. I'm just doing my job.
That's what it'd make if I was a judge.
Listen, he said, I do. I'm just doing my job. Listen to this degenerate. This is a video that the average everyday black person can watch inside of their home, and it will be justified if they are troubled and stressed out by it. This video and videos like it. We can go video for video. All of you pushing this black fatigue nonsense. Okay? The problem is that black Americans, we've dealt with so much trauma. We don't know where to start. That's why they can come and hit you with this black fatigue, and black people be sitting there. Some of them start agreeing with it. And all of you black people, remember, I'm going to close with this. And this is the craziest thing about all of this. This black fatigue actually started with black people. How many of y'all aware of that? It was black Americans who got online talking about how they're just worn out and mentally drained by black people. And these were like hood sounding black folk. So you know what? That makes sense, because you living around these people that's getting on your nerves. I'm quite sure you go to one of these large trailer parks, you'll find some white folk who's stressed out by the environment that they're in. Stressed out by the people living around them. And they would be on the first train smoking if they was able to get out of there. But some hood folk got online talking about, I'm tired of how black people are. And then the racists tried to, incorporate that. They always watching us and trying to, put their own spin on what we say and do. They adopted it. No, goofy, you can't adopt that because you ain't living in the hood, dummy. These black people speaking based on lived experience. Yo, goofy behind out here in the suburbs, you think you can, I got black fatigue. I can't take it anymore. You idiot. Probably ain't seen a black person in days. These people are goofy. Each and every one of you. Now, from what I've seen, it's sort of died down. Y'all better keep it that way. Because, man, you could sit here all day going over how dumb this is. And what am I talking about? Y'all's complaint that you're somehow overwhelmed by looking at us online. Looking at videos of black people fighting each other. I don't even care if you're looking at videos of black people attacking white people. I don't care. Those are isolated incidents once again. You probably ain't never been randomly jumped by a black person in your life. Most of you haven't. So I don't want to hear it. Shout out to all of you, and I will see you on the next live.